Work-life balance. Opportunities for SMEs. Work-life balance is all about striking a balance between life at work and life when not at work. As far as SMEs are concerned, by helping everyone in the company to balance the demands placed on them by their work and the other parts of their life, it can lead to increased efficiency, productivity, and overall satisfaction. Over the past few years, there have been many changes to our working lives that have helped to unbalance such demands. New technologies are constantly appearing. An increasingly competitive global market has developed. There is much more employment legislation these days. And our population and workplace demographics are changing so that skills and experiences are also changing. At the same time, the world outside of work is also changing. Family and friendship structures are more fluid. There is often reduced leisure time and opportunity, often caused by increased work pressures. The Internet has changed how we interact with each other, buy things, learn things, and so on. We have 24-hour socializing, shopping, learning and training, leisure and so on. And our societies are shifting towards less face-to-face interaction and more digital interaction. So without good work-life balance, life outside work begins to intrude into work, and work begins to intrude into life outside of work. This imbalance can lead to feelings of loss of control and the sense that there isn't enough time to do things. Increased stress, strain, anxiety, tension, and overall unhappiness. And all of these can have significant impacts on both work and life. Developing a reasonable work-life balance at work helps SMEs to achieve many new things. They can tailor products and services to customer needs, develop a flexible workforce that can adjust to changing markets and financial situations, employ workers from a larger pool to comply with equality and other legislation, keep workers who might otherwise move on, and also improve their image. Developing a reasonable work-life balance helps people in SMEs to do jobs that meet their expectations and potential, so improving their productivity, increase their motivation and loyalty, allow them to have more control over their living and working lives, have more positive interactions with colleagues, family members and friends, and work in different locations so they are not necessarily tied to their desks. It is very easy to start to improve work-life balance in your SME. There are just two initial requirements. First, there needs to be just a slight change in attitude of both employers and employees. Second, everyone needs to be willing to be more flexible, to provide a better sense of control over their lives. And in this respect, flexibility can relate to time, place, and the work itself. There are many different ways to introduce work-life balance. Here are just a few. Part-time working, where employees are contracted to work for something less than the basic full-time hours. Maybe a later start and earlier finishing time. Working mornings or afternoons only, or working for fewer days in a week. It enables SMEs to use the skills of trained and qualified staff who cannot work full-time, and also better meet peaks and troughs of work demand. It helps employees to make personal and work commitments and also feel more valued. Job sharing, where two people share the responsibilities, pay, and all the other benefits of a full-time job. In other words, the work is shared, not split. It enables SMEs to experience higher productivity, lower absenteeism, and a reduction in staff turnover, and also provides continuity of cover if one partner is absent. It helps employees to meet personal and work commitments and to know that they are more valued, since their skills and experience may well be lost otherwise. Flexi-working allows employees to vary their working hours within specified limits from day to day and week to week. It enables SMEs to tailor working patterns to cover the peaks and troughs, and to recruit and retain staff, since flexibility is often seen as a positive feature. It helps employees to have greater freedom in organizing their working lives to suit their personal needs. They can also save money if they can travel outside of peak times. Shift swapping, where employees negotiate their working times by rearranging shifts between themselves. It enables employers to save time having to roster shifts. It helps employees to fit personal commitments around work on an ad hoc basis and to take more control of their working patterns. Working from home or teleworking, where employees work from home either occasionally or as a permanent working arrangement. This does require a working relationship that is based upon trust and encourages employees to manage their own work. It enables SMEs to reduce costs by providing savings on office space and other facilities. They can see an increase in productivity from their employees, and it helps to overcome the impact of such outside forces as extreme weather conditions. It helps employees to cope better with caring responsibilities, reduce their carbon footprint by cutting out the travel time, and manage their own workload. To achieve work-life balance in SMEs, the most important factor is commitment. There needs to be a willingness of all people to see new opportunities. Remember that achieving work-life balance doesn't require major changes at the start. Even the smallest change is a step in the right direction. To begin the process, it is important to develop a strong plan of where you are and where you want to be. Consult with all workers. Appoint a work-life balance champion to help people understand the plan. Check relevant employment and financial legislation and make only small steps at a time, and do monitor their impact. Despite the advantages of developing effective work-life balance, SMEs are often faced with particular pressures that can hinder the change in attitude and flexibility that's needed. SMEs often don't feel they have the necessary resources, that's financial, human, equipment, to devote to developing work-life balance policies. Personnel in SMEs often multitask and lack the time, training, or inclination to consider work-life balance. Company culture in SMEs is often more insular than in larger organizations. And often SMEs are sole traders, where the employer and the employee is the same person. With just a small change in mindset, all of these issues can easily be overcome. But it is important that SMEs make only small changes at a time and get advice. Much of it is free from a range of agencies. The Eurobalance Project aims to help to develop work-life balance opportunities in SMEs across Europe by training and supporting work-life balance champions. It is a transfer of innovation project funded under the auspices of the EU's Leonardo da Vinci programme. Partners in the project are from the UK, Poland, Italy, Greece and Denmark.